Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in this episode of The Hypnotist, you're going to be listening to a hypnosis session created for a client that wanted to tap into more of their potential. And they were inspired by movies like Limitless, this idea of taking a pill and activating more of their cognitive capacity. So this session is really about two key things. It's tapping into a particular role model that they were inspired by, and this is Leonardo da Vinci, widely considered to be the most recognizable example of a polymath. A polymath is someone that is at a genius or exceptional level in multiple disciplines. So not just one thing, but, some people would consider Mozart, for example, a genius musically in terms of piano, but maybe not in other areas. Whereas Leonardo da Vinci, widely recognized to be a fantastic artist, an inventor, a scientist, an architect, lots of different things. So one is that element, but also the strategic way of thinking, well, if you are going to be exceptional, you can't possibly be exceptional in 100 different things. There is going to be dilution of focus. So that kind of 10,000 hours theory that you become highly competent by investing time in a particular pursuit also applies. So it's about empowering belief systems, but also the strategic element of picking your battles and choosing the area of exceptional talent that you want to cultivate to bring about something that is achievable, but also seems fulfilling and valuable. If you're listening to this, you might like the idea of tapping into more of your potential. This session hopefully will help you do that, but equally it was created for the individual I was working with. So there is going to be a link in the show notes that you can schedule a free consultation call with me. But in the meantime, find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy this session. Take a deep breath in. And as you breathe in a resourceful feeling of relaxation. And as you exhale, just allow any feelings of worry, stress, or tension to leave your body as you breathe out. On the next inward breath in, feel like you're breathing in a powerful feeling of resourcefulness. But I want you to label this resourceful feeling. I want you to call it potential. As you breathe in, imagine you're breathing in a wonderful feeling of potential. And I want you to imagine there is an ignition in your soul. Imagine where it would be. Imagine what that ignition would look like. It could be a mechanical ignition like the ignition structure on a gun, or the ignition that might be there in the spark plug of a car or an engine. But in all of these things, the ignition only works if there's fuel. And I want you to imagine as you're breathing in this wonderful feeling of potential, that is the fuel, and your decisions trigger the ignition to harness that fuel to create an insatiable desire to become the best it's possible for you to be. So continue to breathe in that feeling of potential and capability. And as you exhale, I want you to allow any feelings of limitations to leave your body. So you're becoming more and more resourceful. And one is feeding off the other. Your desire to tap into your potential feeds on the fuel of your potential and capabilities, which inspire you to take the action required to live your dreams. I want you to think about how important it is for people to tap into the inspiration of role models to be able to create belief systems. Time and time again, the very best in the world tell stories of their inspirations in childhood. That the fact that they saw someone doing something ignited a passion in them to pursue the equivalent thing in their life. And sometimes a role model can be a parent, or it could be a global superstar. The important thing is that when there's evidence that someone is doing something to a certain level, it can create an idea, a seed of an idea, planted deep in the subconscious mind that it's possible. And the belief that something is possible can create a chain reaction to create that self-fulfilling prophecy where the idea becomes reality. But let's harness the power of your imagination to go back in time and find probably the first role model of a polymath, a Renaissance man, someone that was known for being exceptional in many different things. And I want you to create an image in your mind of Leonardo da Vinci. Maybe you can see him in his study doing technical drawings, maybe in a studio painting. Maybe you can see him lost in deep thought. But I want you to imagine you're going back in time, observing not the idea of Leonardo da Vinci, but actually imagine you're watching Leonardo da Vinci at work. There you are, hundreds of years in the past. Imagine you're there, maybe in a bustling Italian city, the Renaissance period. Maybe there's certain smells in the air. Maybe there's a bustle. Maybe crowds of people in the streets outside. I want you to get a sense that there you are, Renaissance Italy. And I want you to see Leonardo da Vinci doing something that would require him to have the very resources that you desire. There are many people that live that don't tap into even 1% of what they're capable of. Here is a man in history regarded as someone that tapped into more of his potential than most, leaving a legacy centuries after his physical body isn't there. People talk about him all the time. And I want you to see him in thought, in action. Yes, he was probably at the extremities of cognitive capability. But there are geniuses that exist that do nothing with their life because they don't make decisions. They don't pursue meaningful goals. Here is a smart man also dedicating his time to things he was passionate about. Turning thoughts into ideas, ideas into actions, actions into physical things that could be seen, appreciated, and observed by other people. And I want you to imagine that you're about to step into the body of Leonardo da Vinci at their most resourceful. Maybe they were inspired, creative, or dedicated. Step into them and feel what it feels like. And you don't have to step into him when he was later on in life. Maybe it was when he was not well known yet. He still had all of that capability, but nobody knew he had that capability. He didn't have that reputation, but he still had all of the talent. Imagine stepping into a young Leonardo da Vinci, full of capability, and feel how it feels to be able to think fast, to evaluate lots of information, to find that whatever you wanted to learn, you could learn it very quickly. And I want you to imagine there is a big sheet of paper in front of you, and maybe there is pencils or some kind of writing instruments that you can take ideas in your mind and put them on paper. And in the same way that there was probably a point in the life of Leonardo da Vinci that he was figuring out what he wanted in his life, I want you to imagine you're doing the same. Any ideas that come to mind, feel like you're putting them on paper. As I give direct suggestions to your unconscious mind about your capability to learn and implement. Just allow your mind to put ideas to paper. Whatever comes up about your future, your priorities, allow it to just be seen on that paper in front of you as your unconscious mind accepts that you have the power to learn quickly and easily. That your mind is sharp and focused, ready to absorb new information. That you have the ability to understand complex concepts quickly and effortlessly. Accept the suggestion that your brain is wired for learning and retaining knowledge. You are a natural learner with a thirst for knowledge and understanding. Feel like you're turning up the dial on your memory, that your memory is strong, allowing you to recall information easily and accurately. But this isn't a chore for you. You enjoy the process of learning and are always eager to expand your horizons. Your mind is open to new ideas, new experiences, making learning fun and enjoyable. Scan your body for where you feel enthusiasm or passion as you accept that you approach every learning opportunity with confidence and enthusiasm. You have the capacity to learn anything you set your mind to. You trust in your own intelligence and capabilities. You are always willing to put in the effort required to learn and grow, but that effort is not seen as a sacrifice. It's seen as an investment. You take pleasure in the journey of learning, not just the destination. Your mind is curious and inquisitive, always seeking new knowledge and experiences. And just like Leonardo, you are a natural problem solver with the ability to think creatively and analytically. Imagine a key turning inside a lock as you feel you are unlocking more of your potential. You believe in yourself and your potential to learn and achieve great things. Imagine what would happen if you took a pill that tapped into your full cognitive capabilities. What would happen if you woke up tomorrow with a brain that had the same intelligence of Leonardo da Vinci? Unless you tried to learn things, you wouldn't get smarter. Unless you did things, nobody would know you existed. A great mind means nothing unless it's put to use. Your mind is adaptable and flexible. You embrace challenges as opportunities. You have a growth mindset, always looking for ways to improve and develop. Deep down, you sincerely trust that your mind and body are capable of achieving whatever you desire. But it doesn't happen by itself. A great mind is like a fertile field. Nothing will grow unless you plant seeds. And I want you to imagine you're planting seeds of your destiny, your future, what you desire, knowing that the soil is so fertile that things will grow quickly. You are patient with yourself. As you learn new things, you understand that progress takes time, but that you learn quicker than most. You are confident in your ability to retain and apply new knowledge and skills. I want you to imagine a sharp sword and accept that your mind is sharp and agile, able to learn quickly and efficiently. And you embrace the power of your mind, using it to create the life you want through continuous learning and growth. And then on that pad in front of you, in Renaissance Italy, I want you to imagine drawing 3 overlapping circles. The definition of a polymath is to be exceptional in multiple and separate endeavors. I want you to imagine that it's impossible to be exceptional in 100 things, or even 50 things, and even 10 things. But I want you to accept that your mind has the capability to be exceptional in 3 things. But to be exceptional means there are 2 strategies. You can either dedicate enormous amounts of time to be the very best at something already established, or like Leonardo, you can create new niches, new specializations that people don't even know exist yet. And therefore you can be the world's best at that thing that is niche but impactful, powerful and important but not very well understood. And what if there was 3 things that you could be exceptional at because of your capability, but also because your ability to specialize, not specialize in a broad area, but zooming in closer and closer and closer until you find the thing that you're passionate about, knowledgeable about, but you've dedicated the time to be exceptional at that one thing. In many sports, in many industries, all it takes is to be exceptional at one new tiny thing that creates a competitive advantage that means the entire industry can be dominated. And allow that creative part of your mind to start going on a journey where you accept that your mind will come to you with what these 3 separate areas of overlapping skills and competencies will be to make you the world's best, to be exceptional, to to be the Leonardo da Vinci of your time in these areas. A seed is now planted deep in your subconscious mind that you are not capable of greatness, you're destined for it. But it requires effort, even if that effort is enjoyable. But it also requires discernment. You can't fight 1,000 battles. So you're going to find the 3 battles that you can win and dominate and excel at. Imagine leaving Leonardo's body, looking in the mirror, an ancient mirror from hundreds of years ago in Renaissance Italy, and see yourself looking back. See a man capable of greatness, and accept that this is your destiny. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose, and feel like you're returning to the present, listening to me right here, right now. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, get a sense that you're fully present in this period of time, listening to me in this moment. As I count from 1 to 10 to awaken you, you'll awaken feeling that you have unlocked more of your potential, more of your capabilities, that you can learn faster than ever before. But given that you can learn faster than ever before, you are now determined to find those 2 or 3 things that you will dedicate your learning to be exceptional at, that will have the biggest positive, powerful impact on your life. Starting to count to awaken you. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.